If you are looking to get healthier, lose weight, improve your blood metrics, ease inflammation, then it's vital to pay attention to what you put into your body. So many changes occur in our bodies as we hit our 50s, 60s, and 70s, and chances are you've noticed. But what happens is it's harder to balance our blood sugar, our metabolism slows down, we're more prone to inflammation and just more sensitive overall to things that never bothered us before. So we need to be extra careful with what we put in our bodies. And this will help us live our second half with energy, passion, and vibrancy. We get so frustrated when we see foods being promoted as being a healthy option when in reality they're quite the opposite. Having said that, we're sharing with you 6 foods that women over 50 need to stop eating now. Take them out of your shopping carts and just remove them from your diet. All right, so one thing you should know about us is that we are not ones to say absolutely never eat foods, but these are foods that you really want to take out of your eating plan. We're here to help you create a healthy eating environment in your home so you can stay on track with healthy, energetic eating and feel great in your second half. It's one of the core principles we work on in our Simply Nourished program. If you're looking for more wellness and weight loss advice for women over 50, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to be notified when we post a new video. Okay, so listen, the food industry is huge and they spend billions of dollars doing what they can to sell their products and make them look good. They have all these claims and they can be totally misleading, and we want to empower you so you can make the best decisions going forward. So we're going to clear up some of the confusion and guide you on certain foods to avoid so you can stay healthy and age gracefully. All right, so where's a great place to start? Let's start with breakfast, right? Chances are you know a bowl of Count Chocula is not a good thing first thing in the morning. But there are some cereals that we see women eat all the time that they think are healthier, and when in reality they're better off staying away from them. Just put them back on the shelf and take them out of your pantry. So the number one food dump is conventional, or what we call crappy cereals. So they might look healthy, but they aren't. You know, it looks like, wow, they have fiber, they have protein, all great, natural flavors, no sugar. Don't be fooled by this claim, ladies. For example, fiber. Yeah, fiber is so important, for sure. We need to get our fiber in, but you want it to come from a natural source, not a processed source where it's not as good for you. And when you go for these more processed types of fibers, you're missing out on the goodness that real fiber has, you know, all the tons of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. Another thing is protein. Yes, you want more protein, especially after hitting 50. You could check out another one of our videos where we discuss this. But when you get the isolated whey or soy protein, again, super processed. So instead, we prefer you to go for real protein, something like adding some hemp seeds or other seeds. Another thing that we see in so many of these cereals are artificial sweeteners. It might say 0 sugar, but these artificial sweeteners, you just want to avoid them. And not only that, a lot of these cereals do have tons of added sugar. So when you think about it, a teaspoon of sugar is 4 grams. So when you see something like 12 grams of sugar in maybe a half a cup or 3/4 cup of a cereal, that's 3 teaspoons of sugar. When will you ever take 3 teaspoons of sugar and put it in your breakfast cereal? It's a terrible start to the day, and definitely want to clean up your breakfast. Get rid of these crappy cereals, as we say. So we have a handout for you. You can download for free. It is our breakfast upgrades. And in there, if you really want to stick with some cereals, we have some in there, but we also have some great other ideas for you as well.
Okay, let's move on to our second recommendation of what to dump, what to take out of your grocery carts. Dreadful diet drinks. Okay, so many women turn to diet drinks to avoid the obvious sugar that's in a lot of these sugary drinks, but diet drinks are still such a major problem. We have diet sodas, we have diet iced teas, diet sports drinks, diet juices, and keep in mind that there's lots of chemicals, artificial sweeteners, there's so many downfalls to count in these drinks. including studies that have shown specifically with diet sodas that they can contribute to something called metabolic syndrome, which is just a cluster of conditions that occur together that increase your risk of type 2 diabetes and stroke and heart disease. Most of the diet drinks also contain food dyes, which have increased like 500% over the last 50 years, and they've been linked to certain types of cancers and for sure hyperactivity and behavior problems in children. So we want to stay away from artificial food dyes. Also, this is really important. They've shown that insulin can also spike regardless of whether something has regular sugar or is artificially sweetened. So artificial sweeteners have been shown to stimulate appetite, increase your sugar cravings, promote fat storage and weight gain. And the thing is that when you eat something sweet, it triggers cravings in your brain because your body is expecting the calories coming from that sweetness. It's usually coming from sugar. So if it doesn't get that, it's going to be searching out that energy source. So that's why cravings can really increase even when something doesn't have calories or sugar. So please think about what you're drinking. Stay away from the artificial sweeteners and the chemicals and the food dyes, and just get natural water. Flavor it with some essential oils. You can put cucumber, mint. Just go natural, ladies. Okay, number 3 on our list of what to dump, what to keep out of your grocery cart is what we call lousy low-carb wraps. So many brands are promoting these low-carb versions. Tofu Yan is one. We see Mission is really, really popular. We're going to go through a couple of labels. Here's a plant protein Mission that has 3 net carbs, but loaded up into the ingredient list are things like modified food starch, which is really just another name for a fake source of fiber. It's super, super processed. It goes through acid treatment, it goes through bleaching and oxidation. Again, this is not how you want to get your fiber. Like Stephanie mentioned, we want whole food sources where you're going to get all your vitamins and minerals and polyphenols and everything from good, healthy, wholesome foods. A lot of these wraps also have something called caramel, which is created by heating ammonia and sulfites under high pressure. There's potential links to cancer with this additive. We have sucralose, which we're not sure why this is included in a wrap. Again, another artificial sweetener. And then hydrogenated oils. This is the worst kind of fat you can have in the body, definitely promoting for heart disease. So this is what we're finding when you're peeking under the hood, looking at the ingredient list, turning the label over, and not just falling prey to the claims. Their carb balance spinach herb is another option we're just going to share with you. Promoting as if it has all this spinach. There is only less than 2% of spinach powder in here, and it also includes 2 food dyes, a yellow food dye and a blue food dye. And what do those 2 colors make? Green. So they have to put food dyes in order to have the green color because there's actually no real spinach. Again, we're looking at modified food starch, hydrogenated oils, and sucralose. So as you can see, we feel passionate about this. We don't want you to turn to the low-carb wraps. Use lettuce wraps. We have talked about Trader Joe's almond flour wraps, which are really good. We like the Siete brand for different kinds of wraps. And stay away from the hype of low-carb.
All right, so let's move on to the 4th food that you want to get rid of, and that is what we call yucky yogurt. All right, so in general, yogurt can be really healthy, and there are some really good options out there. However, we see a lot of our clients eating what we call yucky yogurt. It has lots of added sugar, it has artificial sweeteners, it has some food dyes and other added chemicals. Also, when it comes to dairy, ideally, organic and grass-fed is best. This is what the cows are healthiest with, and we always say the healthier the animal, the healthier the food's going to be from it. So what we suggest is getting some just plain yogurt. Look for a grass-fed and organic if you can. Add your own sweetener if you need it to be a little sweet. But use something natural like maple syrup or honey, or even monk fruit. We like that. And again, when possible, get it organic and grass-fed. But if you can't, there's a brand called Siggy's that is a good option if you can't find the organic grass-fed. A great site, if you want to check it out, is the Cornucopia website, and we'll put a link to it below. But they actually did a study and ranked the organic yogurts from 5 spoon to 1 spoon. So try to stay on the 4 to 5 spoon on their rankings, and it will definitely be so much better in the long run. It'll be good for your metabolism, it'll be good for your overall health. And we want to be watching out for foods that might be inflammatory. So again, you want to keep those chemicals out. So take out number 4, food number 4, yucky yogurt. And moving on to number 5 is what we call bad bars. All right, this can kind of be an extension of the breakfast cereals because it's sort of a similar idea, but we get it. It's so easy just to grab a bar and go when you're running out in the morning, or to keep some in your desk. But unfortunately, so many of these bars are more like glorified candy bars. Again, they contain so much sugar, they have artificial sweeteners and other what we call yucky ingredients. They have protein isolates, GMOs, and sugar and sugar and sugar in so many different ways. If you take a look at some of these labels we're posting here, it is really not healthy. Be sure to be a detective when you're looking at the ingredients. Turn over the box, forget about the claims on front, look at the ingredients, see how much sugar's in them, see how many chemicals are in there, and if it's too much, put it back on the shelf. Hey, we have a great recipe for making your own granola bars. We'll link to it in the description below. But definitely do not substitute healthy, pure foods for these yucky bad bars.
Okay, finally, on to number 5. These we call poor protein shakes. These are your ready-made shakes that are super easy to grab and go. We totally get it. You want something quick breakfast or a snack in the middle of the afternoon. Some women use it to substitute for lunch. Some really popular brands. We have Slim Fast. We have something called Premier Protein, which is really, really popular. The problem is that these are loaded, again, you're going to see this common theme, lots of artificial sweeteners. Please, please avoid these. Another one we wanted to mention was something called asulfame potassium, or ACE-K. It's also under the brand Sonnet, or Sweet One. And the Center for Science and the Public Interest has warned of a link between this artificial sweetener and cancer. There's also evidence that this sweetener can lead to breakdown in thyroid damage in animals. So we also don't want to forget about the negative effect on the microbiome of all these artificial sweeteners. Again, they just keep showing up again and again in all these diet foods. So despite the hype, you're going to see X amount of protein, you're going to see low carb, you're going to see helpful for weight loss. So much of that is hype, and we want to steer you away from the misleading label claims. Honestly, we suggest making your own shake, get a good clean protein powder, and please avoid the protein powders. Again, a lot of women get these as well from some of these similar brands, which have not quite as many ingredients, but still almost always the artificial sweeteners at the very least. So just get a good quality, safe protein powder. You can look for grass-fed whey protein. You can look for a clean vegan protein powder. My personal preference is something called Genuine Health. Stephanie loves Sun Warrior. You can look for a brand that has obviously no artificial sweeteners. It can be sweetened with a little bit of natural stevia, Lo Huan Go, or monk fruit. And this is just a much better way to go, and try not to get one that has any more extra ingredients. So we do go into all of this that we've been discussing today in more detail with examples and recipes in our PM Meal Mastery program. And it's such an amazing program. We help take the guesswork out of what to eat to support your body and your brain and your bones. And of course, metabolism during these years of change. And we don't want you to have to spend hours in the kitchen or feel deprived or feel hungry or feel cranky. So please check out this super amazing program in the link below. And we're sure you'll get a lot out of it. Okay, so to wrap up, what do you guys think? You are not alone if you have some of these food products or staples in your grocery cart. That's okay. We're here to learn. And we do want to hear from you. A simple yes in the comments if what we shared with you today resonated with you. Let us know if you plan to ditch something so you can replace it with something healthier. Let us know if you've learned something here today. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe and click the bell to be notified for future content so we know that you want to hear more from us. Also, check out our next video for even more support on managing weight and health after 50.